try that again. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, everyone. It's so great to see you all. Welcome to the workshop. Let us know where you're coming from in the world. I love that we are an international community and we have so many people from all over the world. Thank you for letting me know. I started a little early and forgot to put on my mic. So welcome. Portland, Oregon, Canada, Maine, South Africa, Central Florida. I'm also in Florida. Welcome, welcome. Taiwan, Texas, Philadelphia, LA. Oh, this is so great. Moscow, fantastic. Frida, nice to have you with us. Nebraska, Scotland. Hey, Chris in Scotland. Saskatchewan. Did I say it right, Glenda? Uzbekistan, Hungary. Oh my goodness. Nairobi, Kenya. So amazing. Thank you so much. I'm just going to keep the chats over here so I don't get too distracted. Great to see everyone. How does everyone feel about technology? I'm jumping ahead now. Can you type a number in the chat and let me know how you feel about technology? Because I want to, it's my job, it's my mission to let everyone know that doesn't have to be not good. I'm here today. Some things that you'll be learning. I'll jump over to my next slide. I'm so excited to have all of you here. What we'll be covering is exploring. Oh, let me go back to the title page. I forgot to put that on there. So we are here about mastering organization, Google Drive folders simplified. Now, even though I say simplified, I don't mean simple. So we do want to get that as simple as possible so that once you've done that initial setup, then the rest of everything just flows so beautifully. Check in the chat. Okay, so already got that one there, so I can close that. All right, awesome. So some people are saying 8 out of 9. 9. Frustration. Oh, I love that. Yes, give me a word or an emoji that describes your feelings about technology. I'm not like everyone. Okay, most people tell me they don't like technology. I'm one of those crazy people who loves technology. So I love to always put a heart because I'm the one that's always simplifying it and breaking it down for other people so they can understand it better and even have some fun. So what we'll be covering today, like I had mentioned, we're going to explore some essential skills to efficiently using Google tools for your online business. So let us know in the chat, what is your business? Are you a course creator, online teacher? Are you a teacher entrepreneur? People identify with many different words. So let me know what words would identify you. I'd love to know that. All right, I'm over here. So that is cool. Okay, like that. So why is it so important? That's what we're also going to learn about. Okay, there we go. And also, for those who might need a little bit of extra support, I've got something prepared that I love to share with people. And then Q&A. If you think of a question anywhere along this presentation, type it in the chat. Now, I would encourage you to look down in that chat box, and there's a blue bar that might say something different. It might say my name, but I want you to click the little box and make sure it says everyone, because then everyone can benefit from your questions and then we can answer those. So if you think of any questions along the way, maybe type a Q, because then it's easier for us to come back in the chat and be able to answer those at the end. This presentation is not just for teachers. This is for online educators, online business owners. So this is, if you use Google Tools for your online business, then this is for you. That was a great question. Thank you for that. Yes, thank you, Antonio. I am from Australia. I don't live there anymore because it would be about 2 a.m. right now. So welcome to any Aussies who've stayed up early, stayed up late or are up early. We also want to have some fun. Okay. I try to make things fun. If you have any funny stories you'd like to share in the chat, I love to hear those. I would love to know if you can share your most used or favorite Google tool? Do you have a favorite? Do you use Google? What is your most used tool? I think for me, it would be Google Drive, actually. I have it on my phone, I have it on my tablet, I have it on my computer. I literally have all three right here in front of me. Yeah, Google Docs is a big one. A lot of people use Google Docs. Google Drive. Hi, Rose from Toronto. Great to have you with us. Google Classroom. Yes, I have used that. Now that I'm working with some of James's clients, we use Google Classroom for some of the programs. Google Docs, Drive for sure. Images. I love Google Photos. It's one of my favorite. Excellent. Yep. Not liking Classroom. I understand everything new cannot feel fun at all. This is fantastic. I love seeing all this coming through in the chat. Yes, Claire, unlike you, I have Google Drive and OneDrive. We're going to focus on Google Tools, and you will, I don't want to jump ahead. Okay. Love it. Gmail, Google Search, Google Docs. Love it. Okay, awesome. Yep, this is great. I love it. This is exactly for you, for all of those who said that. And maybe I didn't ask yet, but what is one of, okay, some people already answered the second question. Least favorite Google tool or one that you want to learn more about. So look at that. I was so busy reading the chat. I love it. So excellent. Okay, not so used to Google Docs because I have two Gmail accounts. Interesting. I won't tell you how many Gmail accounts I have. Google Classroom, Google Slides. I know people. Oh, what about nobody's mentioned? Oh, Sheets. There you go. Thank you, Janice. Love it. I was waiting. A lot of people don't like Sheets. But then if you like numbers and you like Excel and juggling numbers and formula like me, also a numbers nerd, sorry, then you would love Sheets. Love it. Okay. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to shrink the chat for a minute because I'm getting all distracted. So thank you for sharing your thoughts in the chat. Those who want to learn something, what is your favorite? We're going to try and have some fun today too. So why is it even important? I will come back to who asked, who am I and where am I from? I'll come back to that. I wanted to talk about you first. Let's just talk about you for a minute. So why is it even important for you who work online, anyone who works online, is it to master Google tools? Is it just a skill? Type in the chat, number one or number two. Is it just a skill? Nice to know, all that stuff in our head. Or is it so important for online educators, course creators, online business owners, online teachers, whoever you are and wherever you're from? Transformative journey, online educators, and digital entrepreneurs. I've coined a new word recently. I used to use different words. So digital meaning we're online and we're entrepreneurs, we might be in business. But even if you're not in business, please stick around because anyone who uses Google tools at all will love today's session. Okay, let me have a look in the chat. All right, love it. Yep, number two, two. One and maybe two in the future. No worries, Claudine. Love to have you here. Excellent. Thank you so much for sharing. I love seeing your answers in the chat. Appreciate it. So, where do the minutes go? Where do the minutes go in your day? Every minute spent wrestling with technology, I like to say that, or tackling technology. Who's a football fan here? Type in the chat, football. If you're wrestling with or tackling technology, every minute spent over there in that wasted time, it's a minute taken away from teaching, engaging with your students, staying ahead of online education. And I should have added in there, well, it takes away from your time you could be spent outside of work, right? Spending more time with your family. I've got some cool pictures coming up a little bit more about that. So where do you think your minutes are spent the most? I might rephrase that. Where do you find yourself losing time because you're not quite sure the best way to do things? Is there one specific task that you do online in your work or in your business? Where do you think it is? Is it creating Google Sheets? Is it tackling Google Classroom? Is it preparing your social media planning if you do that for your online business? Where do you think your minutes are spent the most? And maybe where do you want your minutes to be spent less? Where do you want to spend less time? That's a better way of wording that. So I'm going to read in the chat. Okay, it is spring here where I am. spring has sprung early and there's pollen everywhere. So hopefully I don't sneeze during our session today. All right. Okay. Love it. Google Drive needs organization. Love it. Looking for things. Excellent. Trying to figure things out. Searching tools that efficiently, I'm guessing, do what you need them to do. Hi, Marie. Great to see you here. Creating Google Slides. Preparing to teach lessons, posting, commenting on social media. I'm hearing you, Roz. Jane says looking and preparing for materials. Okay. Love it. Okay, making people schedule time when they are in a different time zone. Oh, I love that. We're not going to talk about that today, but we will in the next session, creating Google Slides. I love this. Okay, awesome. I appreciate that. And what I do hear a lot from my clients and a lot of the Bowie clients is finding things. So absolutely, we're going to talk about that today. Wonderful. Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you. And I wanted to share a disaster story of mine with you. Okay, we love to learn about stories, right? So how can we make this, how does this make sense to you? All right, so don't you just love this photo? I took this at the beach. Any of the photos here today, these are my photos. Okay, so a story of a disaster. I was doing a really important project on my computer and my mouse died. Okay, so these are back in the olden days. Hopefully, I don't show my age. When I had a corded mouse, I don't think wireless was invented back then yet. And because my wired mouse died, how was I supposed to do anything? So I had to learn very fast how to use a lot of keyboard shortcuts, meaning what are some of those commands that you can do on your computer? I had to learn how to save something, how to open something. I had to learn so many things, and even how to shut down my computer. It was like, what if I shut it down and I can't get it back? Now, this was before the days of Amazon. You couldn't just call up and be, can you deliver me a mouse? This is before online shopping. This is before any of that. I couldn't do anything. I was stuck. I only had the tools that I had at my disposal. So what that led to, and I say this disaster story turned into time saved for the rest of my life. We're actually talking it's before 2000. Okay, so that's when it was. It was literally before the 2000, before Y2K. If you come from that era. So why I wanted to share this story with you is that something that at the time was new and scary. I was unsure how to do something, and it felt like such a long way around. Those keyboard shortcuts today, I'll do something and people are like, what did you do? It was so fast. How did you do that? Or if I'm on a call with, I was listening back to a replay the other day to get some ideas on what I could share. And one of the clients was like, oh my goodness, that just saved my life. Like just learning all those little things along the way I wanted to share those with you. So I just wanted to challenge you during today's session or next week or the one after. We're doing 3 this month. If you learn something new and you're like, that's just going to take too long. Well, think about when you first learned to ride your bike. Okay, that you might have fallen off a few times before you just got on your bike and rode. So it might feel a little bit longer in the beginning, but the more you do it, it becomes so fast. And imagine all the time saved by just your hands are here typing and you do your keyboard shortcuts without having to leave and move your mouse and right click and highlight and all those little things that it's going to save you so much time. I just wanted to share that with you. I hope that's okay. And here's my beautiful sunrise picture. Yes. Okay. So what would you do if you could save 1 hour this week? I'm just trying to demonstrate to you, why is it so important to learn these things? What if you could save so many minutes that add up to hours? What if you could save just 1 hour this week? What would you do? Where would you go? Who would you call? Who would you go and visit? I chose, with all of my spare extra time, I chose to spend more time outside. And you can see from these pictures, I love being at the beach. I'm not far from the beach. So I love to just go outside. We live, I would say, in the country. We have a lot of trees around us. So there's birds and there's wildlife. And I'm always looking for frogs and lizards and cool looking patterns on moths, like all the time outside. Love it. Okay, I saw a message here. Thank you, Julian. Love it. Kiora. 5 a.m., loving it. Julian, oh, you're a champion. Getting up that early in New Zealand, love it. So yeah, New Zealand from memory. I lived in New Zealand for 2 years as well when I was younger, way before 2000. So I do remember the 3 hour difference. So I'm from the east coast of Australia, but we'll get back to that. Keyboard shortcuts help me in Excel. Absolutely, yes. Frida would drink coffee, walk your puppy outside. Yes, check out new restaurants, spend more time on art. Love it. Go outside for a walk. Love it. Look at that. Writing in a journal. Oh, Shamsa, I love this. Start some dance classes. Oh, that's awesome. Yep, listen to educational videos. Go to the beach. Oh, I'm with you, Samantha. I'm going to visit with you at the beach. Love it. So this is why it's important to learn these shortcuts or time spent now. There might be a little bit of investment in time in changing the way you do things, but it adds up and gives you so much more time back in your life. I jumped ahead. See, I chose to spend more time outside. This is my hair blowing in the wind down at Florida, down at the beach. Love it. So I'm excited for you to have some more time where you can go and do things. So, hi, I'm Christy. Why should you listen to me anyway? So, I love technology. I did mention that. I was an ESL teacher for 4 years. ESL, for those who don't do that, English as a second language. I know there might be some other language teachers here as well. I've actually been in business for over 25 years, also been married over 25 years. So I'm an Aussie, yes, from Australia. So we'll say I went from one East Coast to another. So I went from the East Coast of Australia in Queensland, Brisbane to be exact, to the East Coast of Florida. This is also called the Sunshine State. Amazing. I went from one Sunshine State to another. So this is my house. Have you ever seen a house like this? Would you like to live in a house like this? We literally live in a house on wheels. So I know a lot of people they dream of traveling and being able to have an online business and do things anywhere you are that has the internet and a computer is why we ended up choosing this lifestyle to just keep things simple. Now, this is us when we're on the road, on our way home one time. That's not actually where we live now. This is on this left picture, the background there, the trees and stuff. That's actually in my backyard. So I'm outside of here right now in another building on our property. So we live, some people call it an RV. It's actually a fifth wheel trailer. So this is actually that window there. That's this one right there. So I wanted to share that with you because I would love to know, where are you coming to us from? Are you in a house? Are you in an apartment? Are you sitting outside in the sun? Would love to do that, but I would be so distracted. Squirrel. That would be me. So yes, learning how to do things online has really opened up more opportunities for us. So I live in there with my hubby and son. Our son is a teenager, so we have a great place here. We used to live in a smaller trailer, but we've kind of upgraded as our son got bigger. So I just wanted to share that with you. And now, as we were talking about time, I want you to imagine you are in your office and you're doing a task that you have to do all the time. What is a repetitive task that you do? I've just chosen one example that I know would relate to some people. So imagine you have a 10-week program and you have material that you share each week with each student. Maybe you do one-on-one teaching. Maybe you do groups with groups of students. So say you have a 10-week program and each week's materials are saved in a folder somewhere. But every time you get a new client, student, what do you like to call them? Let me know in the chat. Or a customer if you're selling things, if you're selling resources. And you need to copy all of those 10 weeks of curriculum into the new clients folder every time you get a new client. Now, I was reading in the chat, we posted something about a month ago. We started investigating this idea to do these workshops to see, what do you need the most help with? And I'll say I was surprised, but not surprised, to see how long some people take doing certain things. So I've compiled a few that I really want to share with you today to save time for things that I know online teachers or online business owners, maybe course creators, do on a regular basis. So I'm looking over here in the chat. Assessments, right click, copy, left click, paste. Oh, wow. Well, see, Antonio, we need to learn how to not use your mouse. Okay. And then also it saves your hand. I ended up doing a lot of online work about 6 months ago, and I realized that the angle I was holding my mouse was not good. Give me 1 second. Oh, okay, 1 second. Wow. Okay. Boy, that pollen is really not good today. Okay, excuse me for sniffing. I apologize. Yes, right click, copy paste, left click, paste. So keyboard shortcuts. We can talk about that a little bit later on. So say it takes you, say you have some slides and a homework sheet. We'll just say like you've got something, one extra thing that you need to copy and paste for a student each time I just did like an idea here. So 10 times copy paste, all right? So let's say it takes you, so you've got to make a new folder and you've got to copy the slides and you've got to copy the homework sheet. Okay, so there's 3 things. Okay, say it takes you around 10 minutes for those 10 weeks. So even if it only took you 1 minute for each of those things, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. And I know it could take some people shorter and some people a longer time. I just wanted to give a ballpark. Say it took you 30 minutes to set up your like online location for each new client. Does that sound about right for you? Or do you have a faster way you do it? For those that don't know how to do that, I'm going to share later on. Stay tuned. If you would like to know how to do all of that in 3 minutes or less. That's one of the things that I saw in the chat a while ago that I wanted to share with everybody. So yes, for anyone who wanted to know, if you signed up and you're here today, you will receive a recording later on. I don't know what time, but it will be later on. Oh, oops, there we go. Jumped ahead. Okay, so reading the chat. Yes, I bought one of those left-handed ergonomic mouse things, but I really should have got one for my right hand because I'm right-handed. Yes, 3 minutes. I'm going to share that with you later. I have screenshots, plus I'm going to show you some things live. I just wanted to say, I just wanted to give you a build up to understanding why I think this is so important and why I'm so passionate about sharing this with you. So I know there's slides right now. I am going to do some live demo shortly as well. So let you know. Awesome. Yes, 3 minutes is so much better than 30, right? Okay, let's go. What will you do with your saved time each week? And we kind of already covered that before, but I just wanted to share another beach picture with you because this one was beautiful with the blue sky. So let's come back to that. All right, so have a think about that and save it up for later. So again, another one of my pictures. So empowering efficiency. Okay, I love to do the whole alliteration with like the same letters at the beginning of things. Maximizing impact through technology mastery. Big words, I know. What does it really mean? Well, we want to make sure that our processes are easy to follow, which I like to call streamlining. Streamlining your processes. So it's about claiming back lost time, right? Turning complex tasks into seamless processes or tasks where technology becomes your helper or your ally rather than hindrance. Okay, so we want to craft this experience for you. If you're working online, you want to enjoy while you're at work. You don't want to dread it. So I want to try and help make it more fun or faster for you, where at least technology empowers you and doesn't hinder you. Okay, who's ready to learn? Who's ready to join us on this journey to learn how to do things faster? Love it. Antonio is Steffi is saying to oh, love it. Thank you. Oh, I'm loving all these names coming into the chat. Thank you. A lot of these are familiar. Thank you. I'm so happy that you're here. It's beautiful to see. Thank you so much. Me. Let's okay. I wonder if tell me if you can relate to Kathy. Kathy's so beautiful, by the way. Look at that. She's so pretty. I want to know if you would like to know how do we know this even works? What I'm going to show you today, how do we even know it works? See if you can relate to Kathy. Okay, let's hear her before and after story. Give me a yes in the chat if you would like to hear her before and after. Sophia, it's so great to see you. Awesome. Okay, so yes, here we go. This way. All right, trying to be fancy with my slides. Okay, I'm going to hide. Let's do this. Let's okay. Kathy was struggling with wasted time, tech overwhelm, and not understanding where things were in her computer. Now, some of you already said that earlier in the chat. Can you relate? Do you feel the same way? I already know some of you feel the same way because you said it earlier in the chat. Okay. She was wasting a lot of time and spending late night completing admin tasks after her students. So she's finished for the day with on camera working with students, but she was staying up for hours till late at night doing admin work. Do you ever feel like that? How long do you spend after each student? Like, what types of things do you need to do? Whether it's immediately after you see that student or whether it's at the end of the day, how much time do you think it spends, but how much time do you think it takes you to do all of your admin tasks? And it depends, obviously, what type of students. I'm not sure what that one was. The letter O is no longer visible. I'm not sure what that means, Antonio. Oh, the letter O on your keyboard? Yes. Oh, I gotta tell you. All right, which ones of mine are fading away? O, E, S. Me, I love this. Antonio, thank you for sharing. Okay, so Marie says about 45 minutes. Roz says about 20 to 30 minutes each student. Oh, so you said each student each week. So it depends how many you have. 45 minutes at the end of the day, 2 hours after, like at the end of class, 40 minutes, about 20 minutes. Okay. Thank you for sharing. I'm glad to know that Kathy is not the only one. And I used to be like this too. So what did we do? Kathy and I got together. We helped Kathy identify where things were being saved now. So where were they? Where do I go for them? That was the first thing we did. Then we implemented a better way to save them in the future. Why do we need to do that? So we can show an easier way to store, find, and share files with clients and if you have a team. So how does that sound? Does that sound like probably the three things that you would use the most? Like you need to store something, you need to save it, you need to find it next time, and some things you need to share with clients. Does that sound about right for you? I would love to know. Where's my, oh, there it is. Love it. Yes, this would be super helpful. Great. Fantastic. And I just want to say thank you. There's 133 people here live in the room. And I wanted to say thank you. I'm honored that you're spending your time here with me. Time is precious. Time is a resource we can't get back. So I appreciate you spending your time here and I'll make it worth your while. So great. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. Antonio only knows Control C and Control V. Okay, well, we're going to, I might share some more with you later. We'll leave that till the end. Okay, love it. Where's Kathy now? Now, Kathy's saving at least 5 hours. I just put at least 5 hours per week, but some days she's saving 3 hours a day on her admin tasks. Now, this allows Kathy, let me know if you would love to feel like this, allow to leave the office earlier, even if you work at home, spend a more relaxing evening at the end of your day, and rather than going to bed at 11 at night, you'll be having a favorite drink at night. Maybe you're having a wine. Maybe that's, for me, that's more at the end of the week. Rather than being tired, exhausted, and dreading the next day, you're going to bed earlier. How does that sound? Sounds like where you would want to be? Leaving work earlier. Oh, feeling more relaxed, getting done earlier, get outside and do other things. Yeah, absolutely. Sounds more amazing. Yes, you can share Google Docs if people don't have a Google account. That is an awesome question. If anyone on the team is watching, we need to come back to that. It's not in my notes, but I want to, Roz, I'm going to come back to that one. Remind me in the chat later if I forget, because I do want to share something with you. Awesome. Who's ready to save time? Type yes in the chat. Can you tell I'm excited? I'm kind of nervous excited, but we're saying excited because that's positive, right? So I'm standing up so I can be excited for you. This is me. Ooh, let's go. We want to save time and we want to get more of our time back in our day and our whole week. Okay, let's go. Google Apps in today's landscape. There are so many. Look at that. How many Google apps are there? So many, so many. But there's so many, it can seem overwhelming. So I just want to focus on a few essentials that I believe are essentials for online business owners, online educators, course creators. If you are online and you use Google, then this is for you. Love it. So this month, I just wanted to remind you that we will be doing 3 workshops this month, all by yours truly. I hope you can what's the word, put up with me, bear with me for 3 sessions. So today we're talking specifically about Google products and Google Drive. Oh, these are the wrong way around. This is today. I put them the wrong way around. So Google Drive is today. Next week at the same time, same place, same link, by the way. If you've already registered, you'll still get the reminders. So this one will be next week. I've got 2 or 3 more specific tools that I think are really important. And then the last one at the end of March is about Canva. We're not using Google Slides. I'm sorry, I don't know why that's there. Okay, moving on. Love it. So we want to maximize efficiency with our Google Drive. This is our focus today. Google Drive. Now, a lot of you typed in the chat that you use Google Drive, that you, some of you wanted to learn more about Google Drive. So that is what we're here to do. I'm having a quick look in the chat. So excited to see all of you excited. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I'm looking forward to Canva too, because I just love Canva. By the way, these were created on Canva, but I'm currently presenting to you on a PDF, which is a different way of doing it. I just wanted to be super minimal today. So our spotlight is on Google Drive. Let's go. So what we'll be covering, I just want to let you know. So two parts to this. We're going to how to organize Drive, and then later on, hopefully we have time because I love to talk, how we can use it even better. Okay, so let's go. The power of Google Apps, it's incredible, right? For online educators, so many things. It's so easy to share to anyone on Google. So many people might not realize its full potential for organization. Okay, so here's the training part, all right? So no more disorganization, okay? It leads to time wasted. Google Drive can help you streamline your digital filing system. Who loves filing? It's like, hello, no. But let's understand a couple of things first. So like I said, I'm from the olden days. Who's like me and grew up with literal filing cabinet? Yes, in the chat. Filing cabinet, right? Hanging folders, manila folders, pieces of paper. What is that anymore today, right? Am I showing my age? So funny. See, I look at this page and I'm like, okay, I grew up in the 90s in my dad's office. My mum taught me filing and numbering systems and bookkeeping, all those things. Like that to me is like amazing, fun, happy memories of my childhood. But also I just love organization, and not everybody does, and that's totally fine. So let's talk about physical filing to then understand digital filing, right? So we want to make our folders easy to access. In this case, it's in a big drawer or multiple drawers. We want to label the folders. So when we just look at them, we don't have to like stretch our brain and think so much. And then organizing files. Okay, so the files themselves, like maybe in the manila folders. So then what about digitally organizing? I didn't have my little picture in there. Okay, had a picture of something else. The best way to organize digitally. So it's very similar. We still want to be able to easily access our folders. Somebody else on the chat said they use OneDrive. So if you're on your computer, right, so you've got your navigation somewhere on your computer, and then, but Google Drive can be a little bit different. Oh, I love it, Antonio. You still have 2 filing cabinets. I really wish I had room. I don't have room in my trailer for a filing cabinet, but I only have one of those, like, it's like a little bag with a handle on it, just for some things we brought with us from Australia. So Claire uses paper in in-person classes. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Yeah, dark ages. To me, it's the light ages, right? Talk about dark mode, right? Whose kids love or who personally, or their kids do, love dark mode? I just don't like dark mode. I feel like I'm in the dark in a cave. I don't want to be in the dark. All right, let's move. So we still want to access our folders easily. They need to be in a place that we can find pretty quick without wasting time. We want to label the folders, which helps you find them faster, and we want to organize then the files that are in the folders. Would you agree? I hope this is making sense so far. Well, here's my little picture. I found it. Look at that. So I just wanted to give you like a little idea of like a filing cabinet, right? Has drawers, aka folders, hanging files, there's expandable. You can put more than one manila folder in it. So they can be like your folders, right? And then maybe you've got your manila folders in the hanging folders, so those might be subfolders. And those are more like ones that you want to share with people. And then you've got your paper items, which in this case, docs, slides, Excel, sheets, something like that. So does this kind of look beautifully organized and you'd like to have this, or does yours already look like that? I'm going to have some tea. 1 second. That's better. But who loves flavored teas? Mine right now is ginger and honey tea. But my second favorite is raspberry, which isn't really a summer thing, but it's good for your throat. All right, so this is kind of why I wanted to share this, because it's very similar to regular filing. Okay, I hope that helps. For some people, it's good to just explain it so that it helps a little bit. Oh, look at that. Turmeric and peppermint, mango green tea, or vanilla chai. I think that'll have to be my third favorite, Marlene. I love that too. Awesome. All right, cool. Oh, thank you so much for letting me know. Now, just remember, I'm just noticing in the chat, make sure in your chat, you've got that little blue box and it says to. Yours might say to hosts and panelists. Click the little drop down if you're on a computer and switch it to everyone so that everyone can see your messages and learn from them if I answer. If you're on a phone, let me who's here on a phone? Put phone in the chat or type if you can. Because from my experience, when you're on a phone, you actually need to leave the video and it pops open another screen. Oh, you're on the phone. Well, thank you for being here. So if you need to type in the chat, what was I going to say? I don't even remember what I was going to list now. If you're on the phone, oh, look at that. See, you like me. I love listening to trainings on the phone. And if you need to type in, it was something about typing in the chat. Forget now. You have a question now. Let me have a look. On the phone and can still see. Okay, awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Answered live. Love it. Thank you. Desktop. Right. So that's what I was going to say. On the phone, what does it look like? Yeah, so there's still a little drop down. I'm looking at my iPad over here. So there should be somewhere that says to switch it from hosts and panelists. Mine actually says hosts and panelists. So I should change that over. Not that I'm messaging. Okay, make sure it says everyone, because then everyone can learn from your questions. And I find that really helpful. Okay, let's get back to it. Thank you for sharing all your favorite teas. All right, who wants a live demo? Okay, so that means we are going to do this. I made a cool little sheet, but I'm going to show it to you live. You ready? Here we go. Woohoo! They're like, finally, she's done with those slides. I hope the slides were helpful. They help me stay on track too. Okay, look at that. Live demo. So I'm going to show you, this is my demonstration, which I call demo for short, just in case you didn't know. And I'm going to show you a few things. So bear with me while I teach some super basic stuff, and I'm going to try to say everything as I do it. Okay, these are my slides. We'll come back to that. So does your screen normally look like this for Google Docs? I am showing you a Google Doc right now. But what I want to show you is, if all of this stuff up here is like distracting you, you can do this little up arrow. I'm going to hide this menu. There we go. All right. Looking at the chat. I'm going to put the chat over here on the side. Oh, Matthew, you're a champion. It's almost 1 a.m. here, so you're using your phone. Look at you. Well, if you fall asleep hopefully my voice is relaxing when I'm not so excited, then you will get the replay. Love it. Thank you for being here. So I'm going to show you a couple of things. You might already know, so stick with me, because for those that don't, it'll be really helpful for them. Love it. Okay. We'll just put that over there. So different ways to navigate in Google Drive. That's when you click onto Google Drive. Now, I will tell you, I did a bit of cleaning up in here yesterday, so it looks super empty, but I don't want it to be distracting. So I use this a lot for testing and showing other people by demonstration. So Google Drive. Okay, when you first start a plus button, when you click the plus button, you get a new tab, right? And if you're logged into Chrome, then you'll have this menu. It's called the Google Apps menu. I fondly refer to it as the 9 dots. Someone said to me, they call it a waffle. It looks like a waffle. Love it. So you can access that menu pretty much everywhere else. So if we look in the top right, we've got the menu there too. So I just wanted to show that to you. I'm going to share something later that shows you how you can reorder these. You can pick them up and move them and reorder them for how you like to use them. So we'll click on that, make that go away. But what I wanted to show you was copy a doc. Right, so say we need a document. So this is how you create a new document, plus new Google Docs. Now I will say there are 2 to 3 ways, different ways you can do everything. We don't have time to cover everything today, or I would talk to you for 12 hours. Talk to the team. Like, Christy loves the technology. So I'm just going to show you the quickest way to do things without having to explain everything. So let's just call this test doc 1. Side point, if you haven't titled a document yet, and say I've got something over here, it grabs the first line. If you click in the untitled document, there you go. So I always put the first line as the title of my document, and I click it, and that's already there. So that's how you make a document, but we wanted to learn how to copy. Now you can copy documents a few different ways. So here's my document here. Once we press refresh, you'll see that there. Okay, test doc. All right. I left this one here on purpose. I'm going to show you something. So you can now type mouse in the chat. Do you use a mouse? Who uses a mouse? Mouse, a physical mouse. Or type in like trackpad if you're a trackpaddy person. I love mine. It's got a scroll wheel. Oh, it's my favorite. It's my lifesaver. If I don't have my mouse, I hate it. It takes me longer to do everything. So I know where to click and I can scroll with my scroll wheel. So test doc, there's a couple of different ways. You can go all the way to the end of the line and look for those 3 dots. Okay, this is in the menu area of Google Drive. And you can click. Now, you may have seen training from me in the past and it looks different now because Google's always improving and there are some things that have changed. So there's one extra step. They used to have a lot more in this drop-down menu or pop-up menu, but now you just have to click over here to organize. Now I have to move my Google, I have to move my bar. All right, do it again. 3 dots, click on organize. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm totally thinking of the next step I wanted to show you. Make a copy. And if you look at any of the menus and over on the right, these are the keyboard shortcuts. So yes, was that Julian in the chat? They said Control C, Control V. Control C is copy. If you're on a Mac, type in Mac. If you're on a Mac, is command. Whenever you see control, it's command. That funny little squirrely funny key. I'm on a Windows, by the way. And I'm demonstrating all of this on a Windows computer and on Chrome. For those who needed to know, it looks similar on Firefox or Safari once you're logged into Google. I hope that helps. Okay, so these are the shortcuts. So we can either do the 3 dots or you can just right click. If you use a mouse, you can right click and click make a copy. Okay, so I wanted to show that to you. Just double check in the chat here. The butterfly. Tell me about the butterfly, Ada. I'm not sure what that means. Mouse. I would like to use a wand. A wand? Oh, I haven't heard of that. Okay, is that a new thing? Trackpad. My son uses a trackpad. Oh, he does have a mouse too. Wireless mouse. Yeah, me too, Antonio. I'm a wireless mouse person. I don't know what it means about the butterfly. Okay, so next thing. All right, stay on track, Christy. So excited to share things with you. Move a document. Okay, let's do that. So we're in the document. I'm going to show you in the document and in Drive. So we're in the document. This is a Google Doc. Now this will work anywhere like a Google Doc, Google Sheets, Google Slides, Google Forms, a lot of those Google Maps. If you see this little folder, it's a manila folder with an arrow. It's called Move. So hover your mouse. You can watch this later and see Move. So we can literally move it by now, again, training I've done in the past, this used to look different, but now it suggests for you. It gives a suggestion, which is usually the last few folders you've been in. Or you can click all locations, My Drive. Now you've got to hover your mouse to see these teeny tiny little arrows. Hope this is helping if it's new for you. So all locations, hover your mouse, click on the little arrow, and then choose where you want to put it. So maybe I want to put it in here. So I'm going to click move. Yeah, move it to there. Okay. So now this was test doc 1. So let's go back to my drive. Test doc 1. Let's do a refresh. Oop, it's gone. See, test doc 1. Where did it go? It went over here. I put it in this one. Now let's try this one. We are now in Google Drive. So how can you move something from here? There's 2 ways. If you're a mouse person, you can click and drag. Who likes to click and drag? Type yes or drag. Click and drag. You can click and drag with your left mouse. Now, my left mouse, you can tell I've been using my mouse a lot. I think I need a new one. My left clicker isn't working very good for click and drag. So click and drag. Let's see if it'll, oh, I'll do it on my trackpad so you can see it. So click and drag. Oh, wow. That must be just like a, one sec. Okay, see that? And you can like pick it up and move it. Click and drag. So you can do that, or I won't do it yet. The same way that we did the 3 dots before. You can do 3 dots. Zoom controls in the way. You know what? I'm going to do this. Hide. Now, who doesn't know how to get rid of that control bar in Zoom when they're sharing screen? If you don't, go to the end of the bar and it says more. There's 3 dots. And one of the options in the menu is hide floating meeting controls. Yes, there's a keyboard shortcut. Take a screenshot and show it to you later. Okay, so hiding that, and then I'm gonna let's go like this. Minimize that. Why do I need to make a copy? We have not done anything as yet. I'm just showing you how to do it. Okay, if you who was that one? So that's Marie Gonzalez. It just shows hosts and panelists. So I'm just making a copy to show you how to do things. I just wanted to keep it simple, or like I said, I'd be here for hours and hours today. Okay, so thank you for asking a question. I appreciate it. So go to the end, 3 dots, and you can move. So we need to go one more step from years ago. We have to click on organize and move. So it then gives us the same pop-up as before. So you can go back to that other demonstration. It looks just the same, all locations. Okay. All right. So I just wanted to show that to you. Oh, I suppose I could move it. Let's do that. And then it looks more organized. Da, da, da. And it was this one. So you came up and suggested now because that's where I was before. Okay. So I just wanted to show you, like I said, you may already know how to do this. So we made a doc, we copied a doc, we've moved a doc. Now, this is where people were struggling with understanding. Can we move a folder? Yes. You move a folder with its contents. You can move it. All right, I'm going to show you something. In Google, right, so this is a test doc. Now look in the menu bar along the top here. Do you see this name, the name of the document? Is it in the address bar, the URL line? No. Google assigns a super long, crazy, ugly looking link so that no matter what you do, if you change the title of the document, if you move its location, this never changes. So if you think about that, if you move things around and you had shared something with the client and you're like, oh no, I ruined all the links, or you're like, oh, I can't ever move that because I've shared it with people. Google Docs, Google Sheets, all of the Google apps, if you look in the menu bar, this never changes. As soon as you create that document, it stays the same. Okay, my drive, I'm going way over, so I'm going to speed it up. I wanted to show you how to move a folder. So let's do this. This is my temporary storage folder. So you can go to the 3 dots and it's just the same, organize and then move. Now you'll notice we got some colors. Now you'll see that I colored some of these folders, and you can color the folders if that helps you quickly identify things by color coding. So that'll be in the organize. For folders. This is to color the folders, to assign it a color. So I'm going to move it. Let's just say I want to move it to, I don't know, the same one. Let's do that. But I actually don't want to do that. So I'm going to press another keyboard shortcut. And I don't think you can do that. Oh, it was there. It went away. The undo stayed there for like a little bit, but it's gone now. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. Okay. So just to let you know, I pressed Control Z, Command Z on a Mac to undo. That's how you undo. Okay, so now we've learned how to move a folder, but what people were asking about that I noticed in the chat, which is one of the things I'm going to show you how to do. See, you can copy individual files, you can move files, you can move folders. You can't copy a folder and its contents in Google. You can't do it in here. Have you ever wondered why can't I do that? Is that something that you would need to do, you would like to do? So let me know. Okay, it's 10 minutes before the top of the hour. Okay, so if you would like to know how to do that, this is what I wanted to show you. Oh, I lost my chats. Lost my chats. Okay, so if you do hide your Google Zoom bar and you want it back again, you press the escape button. Nice to see you, Roz. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and you'll get the recording for the rest of the stuff. So why can't we start creating the document? Yes, absolutely. Marie, you can do that. And I'll tell you why I showed you that way. If you're in a new tab and you want to quickly create a Google Doc, like if I'm in a meeting, I'm like, wait, let me write it down. So I don't want to hold people up. So I learned a new shortcut called docs.new. Docs.new. And look at this. When I press enter, it gives me a new doc. Immediately I can start typing so I don't forget where my brain is at. But then if we go back over here, so we'll just call this a Z. If we go back over here now, there it is there. It's just in the top level folder, okay? So sometimes you've created it and you want to change it, you want to move it. So that's why I wanted to show it to you. So maybe I didn't show it to you in the order that you might have created it, but I'm going to show you some more too. So excellent, thank you. Yes, when you move a folder, does it affect the links inside? No. So Susan, just like I was saying, even the contents within a folder, as soon as you create any document or anything in Google, whether it's in a folder, out of a folder, anywhere in your Google Drive, think of your Google Drive as your big storage filing cabinet, and it can move from any to any drawer, and it will always be the same. Awesome. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. So that's what I wanted to show you. Now, yes, you can copy individual files, but you can't copy an entire folder. So what I want to show you is one more thing. We might have to come to that because I'm running out of time. Just really quick. If you're searching for something, okay, this is something people may not realize. This one's pretty obvious. Search in Drive. You can search for any word. Look at that. I did a letterhead yesterday, showing my age there. Not many people use letterhead anymore. So I could say, so this is boot camp. I could type the word boot camp and it starts to suggest for me where something might be, whether it's a folder or a doc or a sheet. And I can press enter and it will then list all of my stuff that has the word bootcamp either in the heading or in the document itself. So that's pretty cool. But I just wanted to let you know, you can do that search bar in anywhere you see the search bar. 1 second. Sorry. So I just wanted to share that with you. Even in Gmail, I don't think I have much in my Gmail. I could probably show you my test Gmail, right? So anything in there, you could just type in. See, it has a search bar. Okay, so just wanted to share that with you. Okay, so that was another thing I wanted to show you. Before I show you this main thing, the most massive thing that a lot of people weren't aware of. Yes, I understand. Like I said, Natasha, or Natasha, I don't know how you pronounce that. Yes, pretty basic. For those that don't know it though, this is time saving already. So I apologize if you already knew this. Maybe this will be new for you. So we're gonna demonstrate how to create a copy of an entire folder and contents of 10 folders. So I made one ahead of time just to show you. Okay. No, not that one. It was to do much. So this one here. So let's say you have client A, client B, group A. Maybe you do groups. Okay. So there's one folder. I made a folder. And then this one is curriculum folders. Okay. So this is something that I saw. Maybe you work for an ESL company, maybe you teach kids, maybe you teach adults. So I'm going to use this as an example. Okay. So you have separate weeks in a folder, and you only want to share maybe like 1 week at a time with a client, or maybe you only share parts of the curriculum. So I'm just compiling this from a few different people and a few different ways that they do it. Now, in Google Drive, like I mentioned, you cannot highlight a bunch of folders and copy them and bring over the contents of the folders. You can't do that within Google Drive. But what you can do is this one. If you've heard of Drive for desktop, type in desktop and tell me if you already know about this. This is so cool because everything becomes easily accessible on your computer. Now, I've only shared this folder, this screen with you. I'm going to close a few things. And what I'm going to do, it's going well, Robbie, but I'm talking too long. Okay, so what we want to do, I'm going to show this last thing for you before I share something special with you that I created. So right now, what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm just going to close some things that I don't need, and I'm going to share, I don't like doing this, I'm going to share my whole desktop with you, which if you don't know what that even means, then that's a whole nother training. So what we're going to do is, I want to share with you, right, oh, one other thing before we do that. If you look on the left-hand side in My Drive, now there's a really teeny tiny arrow. If you click this arrow, it will expand. Now, this might not seem much to those who know it's there, but this is really easy for clicking and dragging and moving things around. So for example, say I wanted to move this document, and I'm like, oh, where do I want to put it? But I didn't know yet. Then you could click and drag it literally over to the side. There we go. Just to let you know, not many people know that it's there. But doesn't this look really similar, would you agree, to your computer itself? And I must say, I wanted to say thank you for those. We did schedule an hour and a half for this meeting, but I understand if you have to go, you've got other meetings, I'll share the extra with you at the end. Do you know what? The team wanted me to share this with you now. I would really like to share something with you, and then I'm going to show you this most exciting thing that I wanted to share with everybody. So I'm gonna skip ahead to my other slide for a second. I just want to share something because I know some of you have to go. So I will come back to what I'm sharing with you, but I know that some of you have extra things that you really want to know. So I'm just going to share with you right now before some of you have to go. See, I love it when Robbie's doing his things, and he says we might be a little bit ambitious in how much we wanted to create and share with you, and I did. So what's next for those who want some more help after I'm off screen? Okay, I'll keep talking after this, but I just wanted to share this with you quickly first. Here's something special I put together for you, and then I'm going to come back to the training, okay? So what did I put together for you? I know how much teachers struggle with technology, so I've put together a teacher tech bundle specifically for this series, okay? So for today, because you're awesome and you've stayed with me, listening to me for an hour, what time is it? 12:59 my time, for 59 minutes. For those to say thank you so much for being here. I want to share something with you that's going to help remove the stress, save you time, remove technology headaches, because I know the struggle that online teachers go through. So this is not just for teachers. Like I said, this can be helpful for anyone who does any work online, course creators, online business owners. So what is it going to have in this bundle is, and we will be talking about Canva in 2 weeks, but if you wanted to just grab it and get it and move in now, there's a Canva beginners workshop that helps you quickly create professional looking, I switched it around, sorry, it's this one, to help you create your profile pictures, your social media profile pictures and banner, so you can make that great first impression with your prospects. I'm going to switch the heading over here, and then I'm going to share with you my Canva 3-day challenge, which, even though I say 3 days, you could do it in 3 sittings whenever you have time. It's ready to go when you have time. So this allows you to create those carousels, you know, the ones you have to slide through. some people were asking me last year, how do you do those things? So this is going to help you not only create those professional looking carousels that you can share on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook, but also how to use AI to quickly create their content, and even within Canva itself, just so much time saving. And I'll just add, once you've created templates for yourself, because somebody asked about templates, you can use them over and over again, and you just have to switch out a few things. Now, we haven't ever shared this before to other people, but because you're here for this training, we're going to share with you 3 proven trainings that our clients at Bowie here follow to understand the customer journey, right? So how do you receive payments from people, and how do you save time frequently navigating regularly used online places, so like web pages and things like that. I was listening again to these trainings yesterday to remind myself it was in there, and I'm like, oh, I'm so glad, because I would not have time to share all of that with you today. And a lot about bookmarks in there if you want to learn more about bookmarks. And then we have a tech support kit, which has more in-depth training about some of what we're talking about today. And 7 proven tech tools to help teachers save time, or online educators. So the tech bundle, you can grab that at any time. It's usually $197. So I wanted to share this with you to say thank you for still being here with me, and you're going to get it at 75% off. The team, I think, are going to share that in the chat with me if anybody's still here. That is true. Wow. Okay. Thank you for sharing that with me. Can't believe I did that. All right, let's do this. Okay, now you can see it. I'm so sorry. This is what I wanted to share with you. Teacher Tech Bundle. This was me chatting. This is what's in it. The 4 separate areas that you'll have access to immediately. And what I wanted to share with you, thank you so much for letting me know, is 75% off. So normally it's available $197, but you can get it today. The team, if anyone's here, are you able to drop that in the chat? Otherwise, I will do that. Thank you, James. Appreciate it. James just popped it in the chat. So it is normally $197. We're crossing that off for you. 75% off, $47. Now, there is so many trainings in there. I would take hours to sit here and share them all with you now, which I would love to share as much as I can. But just to let you know that that's available now. If you wanted a little bit more about ConvertKit and my favorite landing pages program, you're able to grab that for super, super reduced price. Okay, if you need that, you need to go get it now, because you would not normally get it for this price. So $47 for all of those, and then that's an exclusive extra add-on if you would like. Now, also so what's on the bundle, I'll show you again. Sorry, I didn't realize my screen. I had switched the sharing. So Canva Beginner, there's, I think, 3 videos in there. There's the Canva 3-day challenge, or 3 sittings. As you know, you can do that as quickly as you like. So I would call that advanced training, because that takes a little bit more to organize and get ready. So there's about 5 videos in there. These 3 proven trainings that our clients follow, we've never shared that before outside of our programs here at Bowie. So that's a special exclusive for being here. And then there's also a tech support kit. Yeah, I love it, right? Anushka, I hope you can get that. So the tech bundle, there it is, $47. And if you wanted to add on, that's $12.90. Please grab it if you want it now, because that's not normally at that price. So I'm giving it away to you to say thank you so much for being here today. So I wanted to share that with you now. I know some people have to go. I'm still here because I still have questions to answer. If you have questions, we're going to come back to that. Have a look type your questions in the chat. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop back over here and finish what I wanted to show you. So the thing that I wanted to show you is called You Are So Welcome. I hope that was okay. I will do less content next time, because I feel like I could talk forever. It's so exciting. I love it when I get to be one-on-one with someone and with clients, and they can even show me their screen, and I can do it for them on their screen. It's so exciting and helps. So you are so welcome. Thank you for those that have to leave. I so appreciate you and you being here. The video replay will come out to you later by email. This is separate and more in depth than your upcoming camp. Yes, yeah, exactly. That's different to what I'll be doing in the Canvas session in a couple of weeks. You are so welcome. Okay, so what I wanted to come back to was, this is called Download Drive for Desktop. So meaning laptop or desktop. If you download this on your computer, it allows you to access your files as if they're on your computer, which means you can move things around a lot faster than waiting for your internet. Like, it's literally stored there and then it syncs to Google Drive. Why is that important for some online teachers who they need this, right? So what I'm going to do is share that back with you. Let's just put this one over here again, sorry, and this one. So you've downloaded this to your desktop, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my whole screen with you. I don't know about converting the dollars. Someone has asked in the chat if the team is there. I didn't. Let me find you. Okay, I'm just going to be on a second. I didn't think to do that when we got started, if that helps. And then I don't know how to, sorry, James, I don't know how to make you co-host, but I've made you a panelist. All right, if I wanted to. I don't know how that works. Ah, there you are. Awesome.
Yeah,
There you go.
I can only be panelist.
All right, sorry. I didn't think to do that earlier. So someone was asking me, you can just Google to convert dollars. I don't know about that right now. So I'll keep going, but let me know if I need to know anything, James. So once you've downloaded this, like I said, I don't normally do this. It's a little bit scary. I'm going to share my entire screen with you. So let me know if you can now see. I'm going to shrink it. Okay. Can you see a lovely background? This is not my photo. Let me know if you can. Yeah, you can see it. Cool. So this is my desktop on my computer. All right. Just wanted to let you know. Can put the screen over here. So you know how we have, I'm going to show this to you. I should have got this ready before. So normally when you look at your computer and you have your Windows Explorer. Now I will try to explain this shortly in a short amount of time, but I haven't done training on this prior to now. So I will want to show you how to do it. Now, like I said, I have more than one Google Drive. Someone asked earlier, how can you share Google with someone who doesn't have Google? Even someone doesn't have a Gmail account, they can create a Google account with just their regular email. So this just allows them access to all of the Google things. I hope that helps. Okay, so on your computer, normally you can go like, you can click on that little arrow on the left to expand and contract those folders. Once you've downloaded that thing that's called Google, this one, Download Drive for Desktop, you can do the same with your folders. Okay, now I'm going to demonstrate this to you as quickly as I can, but it's so mind-blowing for some people. All right, so I'm going to use the little drop-down on the left. This is my demo account here. I'm going to expand the little arrow to get to the folder I want. So this is my drive. You know what? Let's do it side by side. If you have a Windows 10 computer, you can do this thing called side by side. Okay, there we go. Sweet. All right, now I can show it to you. So over here, so I want to show you how we can quickly copy. It's probably going to be like 2 minutes. Now, I will say the first time you do it in Google Drive or on your computer, it might take you a few minutes to set it up. It took me about, okay, I'm pretty fast with copy paste. It took me about 10 minutes yesterday to set up the initial folders that look like this. Okay, so these ones in here, week 1, 2, all the way to 10, I showed separate weeks in a PowerPoint, and I did a complete week, 10 weeks in the folders. I just did all of this to build it out to show it to you live because it would take too long. But what I want to show you is, right, so in Google, you can copy one document at a time. Let's go like this. But you can't copy, oh my goodness, what's going on here? 1 second, back here. You can't copy an entire folder and its contents. All right, so that's what I wanted to show you. I'm sorry for always clicking. Complete 10 weeks. Like, you might think, well, can't I just right click and copy? No, It doesn't let you, right? Look at that. There's no copy. So you have to do it on your computer. But look how fast this is going to be. I'm going to demonstrate. Open English for adults. Say you have 10, I'm going to expand this. All right, so I made 1 week. If we click, it's the same one here. I'm just showing you side by side so you can see it simultaneously, how it is the same. So week 1, say you've got a document, a PowerPoint, maybe you have other things in there, but you want to have those ready for a client. So you would click, once you've done this on your computer, click here, and you can right click or Control C, show more options. You've got to do a long way now. Copy. So I'm going to say copy. And then I'm going to go over here to, maybe I've got my client, Alan. Let's go here. So I'm going to open. So here I am in Alan's folder. And I'm going to show it to you full screen. Oh, I did it there already. Let's do Jane. I was testing yesterday. So look at this. Right click and show more options. Paste. Okay, I'm going to wait. That'll take a look. Look at that. That was like, what, 3 seconds? Right click, copy, find a folder, paste. Have you ever seen that done before? Now, this is in Google Drive. You might be like, well, why do I need that? I don't really care about that. Well, I wanted to show you how I set up for my clients. I have what I call a hub. So I have one folder for clients, have one folder per client, and then I have one shared folder with that client. Now, I can have things in this area that is not yet shared with my client, and that's just for me. But when I'm ready to share it with the client, then I can click and drag it, or use my move buttons and move it to the folder when I'm ready to share it with my client. Or I can copy, maybe you just want to share the slides. So I've heard from other online educators that they might make changes to slides specifically for that student. So that's why they prefer to have the complete weeks separated and copied for each client. I hope that makes sense. Oh my goodness. So I'm just reading. I'm going to go in the chat because I know that was a lot to take in. I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way up. If I've missed it, just type a Q and type it again in the chat. Right. So how did she copy and paste in the downloaded desktop? Okay. Yeah. See, I use my mouse and I right clicked. Okay. So I can show you again. Let's go in group A. I'll show you again. So curriculum, this was my, oh, sorry, I hope this is helpful. I've never taught this live before, especially to a group. So I've shown this to people separately. Okay, so in my computer, everything in Google Drive has synced to my computer. Now, before someone says that's going to take up all the space on my computer, you can what's called offload it, or you can access it, but you can say only in the cloud. So just letting you don't have to physically store it there, but to use it and move it, yes. So I had already created this folder with 10 weeks in it. I'm going to go full screen. Oh, I'm so glad, Linda. Thank you. I'm really happy that this is helpful. You're so welcome. Complete 10 weeks with slides. I just made a folder, okay, and I put the contents in that folder. Now, these were separate folders. You can ignore those. I did them separate just to show you. But this one folder, right click. If you're on Windows 10, I think, it has more options in this drop-down menu, but I'm on Windows 11 and they've made updates and they've only given you a few. So you might need to click show more options. Okay, so like on this, yes, watch the replay later on a computer and it's a much bigger screen. Okay, I'll do that again. So I'm in the folder, right click. You may need to press show more options and copy. And then I'll paste it here in the group. Let's go group A. So you find the folder you want to put it in, and then you right click. You might need to press show more options and paste. Ready? Did you see that? It was literally like not even 2 seconds. Okay. So what have we done here? We have, let's open it. We have a whole week, 10 folders with 10, look at this, 10 PowerPoints, one in each week that are separate, but you can do that on your computer so fast. I'll show you over here over in here. We just did, was it group A? Group, I don't remember where I put it. Remember that one? There we go, this one here. That's already in Google Drive. Okay, a couple more things I want to share with you, and then I'll come back to the chat. I'm catching them as they come up. If you need to share something with a client, this is what I wanted to share with you, right? So say my client, Alan, I want to share this folder with him. And I'll explain why. So for those who don't know, you would go here to the person icon and click share, and you would type the client's email address. Okay. And you would change the permission. You don't need to change the permission if you're just sharing with one person. Okay. So you'll put in that, we'll put in teacher Christy. There's me. Okay, I'm going to share it with me. You can put a little message here and you can copy this link. Now, what does this do? I will show you. This will have everything you ever need from me in this folder. Now, how does this save you time? And this is one of the things I did with Kathy. Okay, so this can help you whether you use OneDrive, Google Drive, whatever you use. So see this link here. You then you can still send this and it'll send it as an email. You can share that link with the client and you say to them at the end of every week, go to the folder, there's your homework. Go to the folder in an hour and I'll have Zoom in there for you. You never have to share anything again. They have the same link every time. And you then put in that shared folder when you're ready. So I wouldn't put this one. This is just, see, it shows a little shared person now because I just shared it with myself. So I could be like, okay, we are up to week 10 and we want to share all the slides. Okay, so we'd be like, you can do this in Google Drive. If you're just doing one at a time, Google Drive is faster. So we would go, okay, I want to share week 1. So you could go like this. Let's see if I can drag today. This way. Week 1. Maybe you just want to share the PowerPoint. So, all right, so shared folder with Alan. Look at this. Click, drag. Alan, I just shared your homework with you, and it's in that same link that you use every single week. Can you see how much time that's going to save you if you implement these new changes with clients? You share one link at the beginning of when they start with you. You never have to share anything else. They just go there. That's where they go. I hope that helps. Yes, thank you for reminding me, James. Just to let you know, for those who are here live, to say thank you so much. You're receiving that link for that bundle, that amazing price, for being here live to say thank you. The replay will be going out to people. Yes, watch the replay to follow the steps. I am so glad that helped. All right, I'm gonna go and I'll keep sharing the screen. Ask questions as you think of them. I'm gonna start scrolling straight back up to read. James, if you have anything, you can let me know. I'm so glad. Yep, the shared folders. How do we receive? Yeah, as soon as you purchase the bundle, you get that immediately. You'll receive an email with a link. If you don't yet have an account with Bowie where we save the courses, you just need to create an account. It's immediately accessible for you now. Okay, thank you for asking that. How did you write? So also when I was saying about copying and pasting from here, if you know your keyboard shortcuts, that would have been so much faster, but I wanted to show you so you could physically see it on screen. But I personally never right click and find that control, like copy. I just do the keyboard shortcuts. I would literally click that, Control C on my computer, on my keyboard, and then go to the folder and Control V, and I'm done. I hope that helps. Something about background. Yeah, I've made a virtual background because my wall behind me is a bare wall, as in the inside of a wall. It's not finished in this room. You can, I have if you Google Teacher Christy, Kristy, Teacher Christy, I have a YouTube video about how to create your own background like this in less than 5 minutes on a free Canva account. So, Julian, thank you. I appreciate you. I look forward to hearing. You can message me anytime and learn more about. I'd love to know how this has helped you. I wonder if a recorded version. I'm not sure what that, hopefully you can see those messages, James. So just remember, if you put a question, not everyone can see it if you don't have it set to everyone. Okay, so we're sending out the recording of this video. Yes. Please excuse me if this question was before. Oh yeah, virtual backgrounds. Yep, Google, Teacher Christy. I have some YouTube videos to help with that. Oh, how did I do that side by side? Vicky, love that you asked that. Oh, okay, cool. So if you're on Windows 11, I think it's just the Windows 11 thing. See in the top right of any screen, and you've normally got the X to close and the bar to minimize. The one in the middle, which used to be, I think, tile, it gives you these awesome options that are pre-sized. Okay, so if I wanted this one here to be skinny on the right, I'm going to click this one. So these are like 4 pre-made layouts. Do this all the time, such a time saver. So I'm going to click this one, and then it will ask me, what do I want in this one? Okay, ready? Click that one. And I want this one on the left. How cool is that, right? And you can switch them. You can be like, oh, I want so. If you're already there, you can just hover your mouse in the middle and you can resize it like that. How cool is that, right? I hope that helps. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna keep sharing the screen. Oh, we're up to Q&A, so I'm gonna leave that there. Going back to the chat, and I appreciate all of you. You are so welcome, Gail. I hope to see you next time too. You have Windows 10. So even if you have Windows 10 on your keyboard, you have your Windows key. Here's another hack. Hold the Windows key and press the right arrow, and that puts half screen on the right. And I'm not sure if it automatically does it. And then Windows, click to the other folder that you want. I could do it manually. Let's try that. Okay, I'll do it the old way, which is the first way I learned how to do it. So this is me using my keyboard. Okay, Windows, right arrow goes over here. And if it didn't already pop up like this, then you would find the other window you want to share and click Windows left. I have so many shortcuts in my brain. If you don't ask questions, I can't share them with you. So thank you. Thank you for asking the question. Okay, so that's if you have Windows 10. If you have Windows 11, they have these full pre-made preset sizings. I'm so glad you were able to see that. You are welcome. There were more items on my list. Let me look. Thanks for reminding me. Okay, let me look. Download Google Drive, sync it to your computer. I can't show you that live because I've already done it. Create your curriculum folders. So what I wanted to show you there was, which I've already done it, but I'll show you. So instead of creating your new folders over here, let's shrink it, okay? So instead of creating your new folders here, new folder, all right, test folder, you can create them over here on the left on your computer in Windows Explorer or whatever yours is called on your computer. You can create them here once you've synced your computer, and look at that. That will look at this, test folder, over here. Let's shrink that one. It's in here somewhere. It might not have synced over yet. Oh, it's letter T. Anyway, it might take a little bit longer this way. It's actually faster to do it on your computer and it'll sync over here than the other way. So it's faster to create things over here if you're copying and pasting entire folders with contents. If you're just doing one thing, I personally do as much as possible in Google Drive, and that's what I wanted to share with you. So that was that one. Create your folders. So what I do, just to show you the file structure, I create a folder with curriculum, and then I just show these to you separate. You can have either separate weeks, or you can have an entire folder with all of the weeks in that folder. And I created all of that over here so I could show it to you ahead of time because I didn't want to spend all that time doing that. Is that helpful? I know I should do like a new recorded training just for that, right? Let me go back to the chat. There's a question. You mentioned you have 2 Google Drives. What is the purpose? So yes, and maybe in the future I should do a more advanced training just on that. Message the team and let them know if you need that, or have a one-on-one with me if you need to do that. So I'm answering live the question that was sent in a Q&A. If you have 2 Google Drives, why? Do some people do that? And can they be on the same computer? So yes, they can be on the same computer. Yes, you can sync them. If you actually look here, I actually have 3. Now going back to someone else's question, one of the reasons why I have more than one is that this one here. So my website is teacherchristy.com. So that's not a Gmail account. So I wanted to be able to have easily accessible access to everything Google. So I created a Google account with Christy at teacherchristy.com as my email because that's my business. Then I've got my test Google Drive because I don't want to be showing all of my private information. So I have a test one there. And then this is actually the one that I started using when I started working with James and the Bowie team with his clients. So that's why I have that one, because I used to teach ESL and I no longer teach English. I just teach technology. You're welcome. Yeah, so I kind of have one for every email address. Yes, the syncing, Linda, it's amazing. I'm so glad that you were here to see that. Yes, so much faster. You were going to save so much time. I wanted to share that question one more time with you. So I had to skip ahead because I talked for too long. What are you going to do with your spare time? That's what I want to know. What are you going to do? Just have a think about that. What you're going to do with your extra time. So thank you for that question. That was awesome. Why? And yes, so I answered that. Okay, great. I'm going back to the chat. Okay. We have 3 minutes left, everyone. So I have appreciated you so much being here. This has been amazing. Yeah, it's a video course. Everything that I'm sharing in that bundle. Is that the question, James? I'm glad you were able to. So I didn't get to do everything on the slides, but I showed you everything. So mastering Google tools is going to save you time, like unbelievable. Maybe some people knew some of this information, maybe some didn't. We've seen in the chat, so many people didn't know some of these things. I showed you how to, instead of taking 30 minutes, it'll take you 1 minute. Like literally, once you've set it up that one time, which might take you 10 minutes that one time, from then on, it's like a minute or less. So I should change my slide. It wasn't 3 minutes, it was 1 minute or less. How awesome. Sync your devices. Oh, that's another one that's actually in the bundle. I didn't get time. But if you wanted to know about syncing to your phone, laptop, tablet, having everything together, that's in the bundle. That's in one of the trainings. You're so welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I've had so much fun. So I just wanted to say thank you. So the question about the course. Yeah, all of the bundle stuff. Does it make a difference that you use a MacBook? No. As long as you're logged into Google, it may look a little different on, is it Safari? But a lot of that will be similar, or there just might be a different name for the places of things. So that was that one. Is there an opportunity to ask me questions if you get stuck? Well, that's a question you're going to have to reply to one of the emails from the team and ask them, how do I get to work with Christy? I hope that helps. All right. Okay, so many questions. I wish I could answer all of them. Yes, thank you, James. James has shared the link one more time for you. I'm so glad. Have a wonderful day, Kia ora, for those in New Zealand. For those waking up in Australia, have an awesome day. If you're watching the replay, it is afternoon for me. So I have appreciated every second you've spent here with me. So many questions. I would love to go back through the questions later and see if I could do like a walkthrough of just the questions. So yeah, all of those trainings are together in what we're calling the bundle, but they are actually different trainings, but we put them together for you to easily access in one place. I'm so glad. Okay, I think I got most of the questions. You can find me on social media. I don't even make a slide for that. Teacher Christy. I'm everywhere, Teacher Christy. So I wanted to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. And I've had so much fun. So you've helped me have so much fun. So next week, same time, same place. I will keep it shorter next time. I just want to share everything with you in my brain, and I don't have time. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I've appreciated you, and have a fantastic rest of your day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Have a good one. What do you think, James? Is it okay to close up, or you want me to answer a few more questions?
Um,
Thank you. Thank you for the flowers.
yeah, Christy, of course. I mean, it's up to you if you want to answer some of the questions, and
Okay.
we
Who's still
can
here?
maybe,
Type
yeah,
in the chat here if you want me to stay and answer a couple more questions. I didn't have any extra appointments. Here. Okay, Susan says here. Do you have a specific question, Susan? If so, type it. And if you have to go, thank you. I have appreciated every minute you've been here. So I will look back through the chat and see that if there's a, oh, I'll do 5 more minutes. Is that all right with you, James?
of course.
Okay. Let me go back to the chat. If I can find it again. There we go. You are so welcome. Thank you for spending time with me. I seem to have lost my chat. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Oh, that's why. I see why. Yep, no worries. Can you download your folder to your local drive? Yes, so Susan, that's what I was demonstrating. So on the left of my screen, I had my local computer, and I didn't use that word, so I apologize if that was unclear. Those windows that I was showing you, let me show you just quickly. The windows on the left I was showing you was, let's go here, we'll go half sides again. Okay, so this side of my screen, this is my local computer. So when I said to this one, this is a download to your desktop or your laptop, okay? And this allows you to navigate through your Google Drive as if it is saved locally on your computer, right? So this is my C drive. This is my local computer. It creates like a virtual extra, instead of saying C drive, creates, they actually call it a G drive, but because I have more than one, look at that. That's funny. I have a G drive and a H drive and an I drive. Okay. So I hope that helps clarify that. So the left here is my local computer. Oh, I'm so glad. And I was showing you over here that it was working, it was syncing as I was going. You are so welcome. No, I'm so glad. Thank you so much for asking the question. We have so much knowledge up here. So I'm glad that I was able to clarify that. Sometimes just saying things in a different way makes it make so much more sense. You're welcome. Yeah, so if you're doing it this way, I'll just clarify that too, Susan. If you're doing it this way by syncing your Google Drive using what's called Drive for Desktop, then you don't need to download it. Basically downloads it for you. But if you're worried about storage issues as far as how much space it might take up, then you can, I can't remember the proper words that they use, but it's basically you say, I only want this one. Say, see how that says like a cloud? If I right click, I haven't actually looked at those. Here we go, offline access. So this one you can say, I only want it online, or I also want it available when I'm not connected to the internet. So that's one way too. So I hope that helps explain. I know it's a new concept, but I'm so glad I could show it to you. You are so welcome. I know. Thanks, Mila. You're very sweet. Thank you. I just love sharing this so much with you. And yes, I think it is true. I think my system is set to sync with OneDrive. You can have more than one drive, Susan. You can. You might need to Google. I had to Google a few different places to find how to do that. And I look at that. I have 3 Google Drives synced on my computer. So just to let you know, you can do that. Can I set certain folders? So it literally gives you your own like drive, right? So normally everything on your computer is normally saved under C drive. Some people have an extra partitioned drive called a D drive or a plug-in extra drive. This literally creates a virtual drive for you. Okay, so it's the same folders. Can you set, okay, can you set certain folders to go to Google Drive? Yes. Yes, you can. I just did that the other day. I'm always taking screenshots. What did I say to someone? I'm a digital hoarder. So I screenshot things. And I'm like, sometimes later when I'm doing things, I want to look at it on my phone. So I've now synced my screenshots folder to automatically sync to whichever Google Drive I chose, so that I can access it later on my phone. Oh, thank you so much, Susan. I appreciate that. Thank you. I hope so. Yeah, screenshots are so helpful, right? If you're like, oh, someone says to you, where's that thing? Right. So I hope that's helpful. This has been wonderful. Thank you so much. Is there a possibility of having all students participating on Google Drive? You choose who gets access to whichever folder. So just like I demonstrated before, let me just go like this. Right. So say you're doing a group, but this would work the same. That's my curriculum folder. So clients. So in there, so I showed you how to share a folder with one person, but if you have a group of students, make one folder per group, then have only one shared folder. So you might have separate folders of clients within the group that you only see, but then this one, you would share this one with everyone in the group. Share, and then you would just type in the individual emails of the people in that group. I would never suggest doing this. Some people do this to be, oh, I'm in a hurry. Anyone with the link. That means anyone on the internet can share it with anyone else on the internet. Don't do that if that's your curriculum, okay? So leave it there as restricted. If you're sharing with specific people, you just type in all the emails and they get access and they can log in, and then you can just put things in the folder when they need them. I hope that answered that question. Fantastic. Yes, I'm very excited. I'm super hyped and pumped. And thank you so much for all of your time and all of your amazing questions. You're all amazing. If you're teaching people something, whether you call yourself a teacher, course creator, an online business owner, whatever you identify as, you're helping people learn something that they didn't know, just like I'm sharing you things that you may not know. And this makes me so happy. So look at me, I'm jumping up and down like a crazy person. And by the way, I don't drink coffee, so it wasn't because of that. This is me being excited sharing with you. So thank you, everyone. I'm going to sign off, and thank you so much. Would be good to know how to manage contacts in Google. Maybe we can add that into the next one. I'll have a look and see if I can work that one in. Thank you so much, Larissa. Have a great rest of your day, evening, morning, everyone. Okay.